Should we abandon our manners to respect gender identity? Let's talk about it. So I really want to get your point of view on this one because this is a pretty unique situation than most of the things that I've experienced in HR so far. And so this involves a new employee that we have that has moved from the Northeast to the Deep South to take on this job at a company that I support. And this employee identifies their gender as non-binary. So they don't think that they don't identify with being a woman or a man, right? And their pronouns are they, them. And so, but it is very obvious that this person was born female. Okay, so it's like very, very obvious. They present that way. So this employee, I'm going to call them Jess, came to me to complain about certain actions and behaviors that their male coworkers were doing that's making them uncomfortable. And the things that Jess mentioned were things that like the men were opening a door for them to walk in, or opening the car door for them to get in the car, or pulling back a chair at a restaurant. And Jess says that these things make them uncomfortable because they feel very woman-centric and they don't consider themselves to be a woman. Jess mentioned that they had mentioned this to the men several times, but it keeps happening. So I go to the men and I'm like, hey, right, what's going on? And they acknowledge that Jess had mentioned to them, like, please stop doing this. But for them, they're like, this is just like second nature for us. When I see a woman, right, we want to open the doors. We want to do, be kind. We have our manners. One of the guys was like, my mama told me you got to treat women right. So it's not really computing right away that like we shouldn't be doing this. They also were concerned that like this is going to backfire on them. So if now they stop doing this for Jess, right, and only do it for the female coworkers, it's just going to come back and be like, oh, you're treating me differently than all the other people in the office. So now these coworkers don't feel comfortable interacting with Jess because they feel like they're overly sensitive and they don't know if they're going to get complained about for every little thing. So I'm curious to know, what do you think should happen here? Okay, do you think that these coworkers really need to change their behaviors to respect Jess's gender identity and get in trouble if they don't? Or do you think that Jess really just needs to get over this since this is a known culture and thing in the Deep South? What do you think?